Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Faith Lutheran Church. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you some apple pancakes. I'm sure you all have the recipe right now, and I'm sure you've made them already at least a dozen times because your kids want you to. But I'm going to kind of show you how I do it. We'll go step by step, and I'm going to have my executive producer who is filming this, my son Matthew, I'm going to have him scan the ingredients. So look down here, buddy. Get a close up. This is all the stuff you'll need. If you don't need olive oil, that's fine. My griddle is one of those rock stone thingies, so nothing sticks to it anyway, but we're going to start by opening the boxes. Always a good thing to have an open box. I hope all are well, all are healthy, and the virus hasn't taken its toll on anyone. It's a very difficult year, I understand. We're going to use the whole box, 16-ounce box. This is gluten-free pancake mix because I'm lazy and I didn't do it from scratch. I could have, however, and if you want to do it from scratch, all you have to do is get some gluten-free flour, some baking soda, and some baking powder. And that's pretty much it. Measure it accordingly and you'll be all set. So, let's get started. We have the mix in the bowl. Always use a whisk, or if you want to do it electric, that's fine too, but I like the whisk. So we have our mix in our bowl. I have, because they're vegan, applesauce binds the batter better. That's pretty good, huh? Binds the batter better. So I kind of chose the applesauce with the cinnamon in it. However, we're going to use cinnamon in our apples as well. So let's do this. Let's take some almond milk. I use the vanilla sweetened almond milk. It kind of gives you that buttermilk flavor. And I think it was James Cray who came up to me when the first time I made them and asked me, are these buttermilk pancakes? So I lied and I said, yeah, we'll go with that. That's good. So I'm sorry, James, but they're not. Anyway, 2/3 of a cup is what it calls for. I use a half a cup to start. Let me get that mixed in there. We're going to need a lot more than that. I just kind of get it pasty, and I add as I go. It also requires water in this, but I don't put water because the almond milk, and finally when your apples are done, your apples will also have some liquid too. So you want to keep your batter fairly tight, not too tight so that it's like mud, but tight enough so that you can mix it. The mixture we're going to make with the apples will probably thin it out a bit. So we'll do that as soon as we get the apples ready. Let me get this all mixed up nice. Now we're going to put our applesauce. I'm kind of one of those Julia Child kind of guys. Just a pinch of salt. But I use a pinch of applesauce. And I put it in as I see it binding. So, calls for 2 eggs. I do 3 to 4 tablespoons of applesauce. Kind of gives it a good bind. And if anytime you want me to shut up, just tell me. I know my son's ready to tell me. But he's a good boy. So you're probably wondering, as I've been asked many times, why do I do this? Well, I love cooking here at church. I especially love cooking for the congregation. Everybody is extremely appreciative, and it's always a good time when we gather. Hopefully someday in the very near future we'll be able to gather again. Guess what? My batter's ready. I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to cover everything up. And we're going to get ready to do the apples. However, Excuse me. I like to keep my tools clean. I am going to chip the apples, and by chip I mean I just take a paring knife and just run little slices, little tiny pieces of the apple into the saucepan. 1 to 2 quart saucepan is good enough. So I already peeled them at home, only because I didn't want to take up a lot of time doing that. So I just chip them. Put them in. It actually, it's better when you're cooking them because they don't take so long to soften. And once the sugar and the water and everything else gets in there, it starts making a nice gooey, cinnamony juice, which we will end up putting in the batter. I usually let it cool down for a little bit, because if I don't, it starts cooking the batter when I put it in there, and it gets a little lumpy. So I try and keep it as cool as I can. We are at a situation here for time, and I know Jordan only gave me 10 minutes, but I told him I can't do it in 10 minutes, buddy. I'm just kidding. He gave me a half an hour. So I want to make sure that I have everything going and everything ready for you. We are at Faith Lutheran Church right now, so if you did want to come by and have a pancake, you can't, so don't bother. And I'm not delivering them either. So my goal here is to be doing this a lot more in 2021. We made a little play for a omelet station last year, and worked out really good. Best part about it was the youth of the congregation helped tremendously. The Cray boys and Ben and Matthew and all the little girls and everybody went out and took orders from all the folks, from all the elders, and we come up with a pretty good system. My buddy Mike Ford, he helped out. He helped me organize all the ingredients that we were putting in for each person's specific omelet. We had a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. I usually do 3 flavors, and I do them all the same. I boil everything down. I do blueberry because the boy that's filming this loves blueberries, so I do that for him. I do a small batch of plain. They're not bad. I think Pastor Oliver likes the plain. I also like to do raspberry. Raspberry was a new one for me, but it came out good. Well, these apples are flying. I'm getting kind of big chips here, sorry. I think I'm trying to go too fast, but everything's working out great. Pastor did a tremendous job of cleaning the kitchen. I walked in and it was like nobody was here anymore. It looks great. After we get these all chipped up, I'm going to have Matthew shut down the video for a second, but we will return because I'm going to go over to the stove and I'm going to cook these apples, boil them down. We're not too deep into the video yet, so I think we have time. The good thing is batter's ready. Apples were peeled. Like I said, they don't take long to boil down. 5, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, maybe sometimes 10. But we got plenty of apples. I did 5 medium-sized apples. And for one batch, that's quite a bit. So you're assured an apple in every bite. And it's always good to have an apple in every bite. Other things that I think about are the congregation and how they enjoy it. I know they do. I know they especially enjoy when I cook Italian because they don't bother going home to have lunch. They just hang out here. And that's what we want. We want everybody to hang out here for as long as they can. I wore my God's Work Our Hands shirt today just to be, because I'm doing God's work with my hands. Excuse me while I get rid of these apple cores. I'm back. Okay, so now if you look at your ingredients list and your procedure, I usually do a half a cup of sugar in there. It's usually what I start with. It's not always a half a cup of sugar with me. I just kind of go as I fly by the seat of my pants sort of thing. Whatever comes out of the box or the bag, whatever, is what I put in. I go a little better than a half a cup. Okay. I'm going to dump that in there. And I'm going to turn around, pardon my back. I'm going to get some water. Actually, I can get it here. Water, I just use a half a cup because it gets pretty liquidy anyway. And then the all-famous cinnamon. Got to put cinnamon. It's the best. I usually do a tablespoon or two. In this particular case, we'll do a big, full heaping tablespoon. That'll keep us cinnamony. It's all good. Close that up. Okay, so next, I'm going to mix this a little bit, get the cinnamon into all the apples. You want to get all those apples covered in brown cinnamon. The sugar is doing its thing. Okay, we're going to shut down for a second, and we're going to go to the stove. I'll see you in a minute. Hey there. I just want to kind of give you a glimpse of the apples as they're cooking in the nice, juicy, sugary, cinnamony. Ooh, they get so tasty. They're softening as we speak. So I think, yeah, about 7-8 minutes should do it. You just want to get the juice boiling, that's all. So I'm going to sign off for another minute, and once I get this ready, we'll be back. We'll mix our batter and we'll start cooking some pancakes. Hey, welcome back. My apples are ready. I'm going to mix them in my batter right now. We got a little bit of liquid there, like I said. So not a big deal. As long as you kept your batter a little tight. Still too hot, but that's okay. We are pressed for time. So we're going to mix it up good. Get all those apples in there mixed, so there's an apple in every bite. I got the griddle heating up. If you have a griddle, if you're going to use a griddle, heat it up to like 350, 375. That gets you a nice sizzling pancake as soon as you put them on. So my batter initially was tight enough, thank goodness. The liquid from my apples was not as thick as I wanted it, but it's okay. The batter is still coming out great. I think Matthew's filming the batter. I mean, I don't want to be a camera hog or anything, you know. All right, we are mixed and ready. I can hear the grill sizzling, which is a good thing. All right, I'm going to give the grill a few minutes to get nice and hot. And I just wanted to say that I am thrilled to do this. I enjoy doing God's work with my hands. I enjoy this congregation. I enjoy the fellowship is probably my favorite. I love to be here on Sunday after church, just kibitzing with all the old folks and all the young folks. And I teach the kids in Sunday school, which I'll be doing this Sunday, probably on Zoom. Kim Ford and I share the little ones, and we have a blast. They'll be doing a little craft. And this video is going to be displayed on February 14th, Valentine's Day. The reason I'm doing a video is my beautiful granddaughter is being baptized on the 14th. So that's where I'll be. But you got to look at my mug for at least a half hour when you do this. when you get the pancakes going. But I hope you all enjoy the pancakes as much as the boy who is filming this does. Of course, with him, I have to make apple, I have to make blueberry, I have to make raspberry, because he eats them all. Anyway, you will need small ladle. You can make your pancakes as big or as small as you feel like. My griddle still isn't up to 350, but I am going to start dispensing right now. I'm going to come over to this side, and I'm going to start making some pancakes here. Ah, the sizzle is there. The sizzle is there. You can make these thicker too. I don't like to use the water in this mix only because it becomes too thin. I just use all almond milk, and I put it in, as needed to get, decent tight batter. I did actually use a little bit too much liquid on my apples, so, which is why it's a little loose, but it's not bad, not bad. I think we'll get some good pancakes out of it. Pardon me while I get a dish. Okay. I'm going to take a minute. See how they're doing. Oh, they're cooking. They're cooking. They are cooking. So I'm sure we're all looking forward to regathering. It is been a tough year. Miss everybody. I'm sure everybody else misses everybody too. It's a tough one, where you got to not that it's a bad thing hanging with your family, because I'm sure that's a wonderful thing. But there's been some stuff going on the year, and it's not good things, but some good things. Best thing for me that happened this year, and you can share with your own, if anything wonderful happened in 2020, it was the birth of my granddaughter. And she is absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to see her. And she's Grampy's girl, and that's the end of that. There's no way around it. Oh boy. I think I made them too big. That's okay, the bigger the better. Mike Ford right now would be telling me, stop playing with them. I won't tell you what I say to him. It's not church-like. But they're going good. Going good. I can't smell anything, but my son tells me they smell good. So I'll believe him. It's okay, he's going to eat them anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, look at that. Light golden brown, just like they're supposed to be. Oh! I can actually smell the apple. Oops. There is 6 beautiful pancakes here. And if you want to come by and get one, you can. I think I played that joke already, but whatever. You ready to eat, Matthew? You can speak. Okay. They are ready. I have 6 beautiful pancakes here that I think my 17-year-old chowhound is going to eat. But I hope and pray you all enjoyed this. I would like to continue doing it. There's always something nice and new to make. I even take suggestions. If you want me to make something specific for you, I'll give it a shot. I am going to try and learn how to cook vegan as much as possible. These are my first accomplishment as far as a vegan meal, vegan breakfast, whatever you want to call it. But they did go over big, and I'm pleased. And everybody likes them. Even the people who are not vegan enjoyed them. So with that, I am going to wish you a wonderful evening. God bless you all. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. And again, I'd love to do it again. Make some suggestions. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I enjoy being here in church, even with my boy. Just the two of us. We are in our own bubble, which is why we're not wearing masks, by the way. But not a big deal. I wish you all a great night, and thank you very much for watching. And let's keep going. Let's gather soon. Love you all.